Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Bharat. Good morning, Nilesh. Good morning, Varun. Keep the chart clean, guys. We'll start the analysis in 2 minutes. नीलेश, अगर कल के दिन मार्केट मूवमेंट देखा तो कितना मिनट में मूवमेंट नीचे आएगा बोला था? 1 2 3 102. Good morning, Vansh. How are you? Between the classes, had some time. Good, sir. Great. Yes, sir. 30 to 45 minutes. Great. So let's start with the analysis. सर एक बार त्रिशूल के बारे में बता देना प्लीज. Definitely. I was backtesting 25th March. Could you tell me the valid entry for the day? Sure. Everything will be done. Okay. Starting with daily time frame, what are the major things that we'll be working on at the current state of actions? There are 2 points of interest that you will be currently looking for. Starting with the demand zone, this is my current demand retracement from the previous inducement range. With the previous inducement range, this will be the retracement point, post retracement point. The market continued with the demand point of actions will multiply because there was a break and 150% rejection. With 150% rejections, what are the next things that I'll be keeping in mind at the current state of actions? I'll be looking for the supplies with the supply plan of action allocation. ये मेरा सप्लाई था, रिजेक्शन कितना लिया मार्केट में, जितना मेरा प्रीवियस सप्लाई था रिट्रेसमेंट का, दैट विल एक्ट एज माय करंट. विद दैट मार्केट ने कंटिन्यूटी में अलोकेशन दी थी विद द कंटिन्यूटी अलोकेशन पॉइंट. This is my current plan of action. With the current plan of actions, what are the next steps that I'll be looking at the current stage? Market had given a break. I'll continue with multiplying into 2. With the multiplication, market tend to take the rejection from 150%. This point of action may, what are the major steps that I'll be looking at the current process? I'll be looking for the next plan of actions which should be taken under the consideration of this previous supply के साथ continuity. With the continuity plan of actions, this is how it looks, but is it the right one? No, it's not the right one. We have a minimality. With the minimality, we will look for an allocation perspective, right? Post minimality allocations, what are the next steps that we'll be looking for? Next steps we'll be looking for an executions of mathematical precisions. इस पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट का टारगेट हिट हो चुका था, उसके साथ मार्केट ने कंटिन्यूटी में ब्रेक थ्रू दी थी. व्हाट आर द प्लान ऑफ एक्शंस दैट आई विल बी लुक एट द करंट स्टेज ऑफ एक्शंस? ये मेरा स्विंग लो होगा. एक सेकंड में. ये मेरा swing low होगा, उसके साथ ये मेरा swing high. With this point of action, this will act as my current. So with this, let's do the mathematical calculations and see where exactly the market is trying to take the rejections from. Swing high is at 2957.72 minus swing low is 2733.03. What is the formulative number that I've got? The formulative number I've got is 224.69. What is the retracement point? I've got 2832.44. Direction is bullish, plus 224.69 into 1.618. What is my target at the current scenario that I'll be looking over here? The target that I'll be looking. Guys, आपके इसमें भी ओनेडा काम नहीं कर रहा है क्या? 3195.98. So this was my plan of action number one, which will be taken under the consideration for the next. With this, what are the next steps that I'll be looking at the current scenarios? I'll be looking for a major equations of allocations, where exactly that I'll be looking at the current stage. This will be my point of action one. With that, circulating supply top will be one. Retracement will be my low of the circulating supply bridge. Let's do the math again and check what are the numbers that we are having at the current state of actions. 2784.31 minus 2582.78. What is the formulative number that we have got? The formulative number is 201.53. With that, what is the retracement value that we are getting? 2730.91 plus 201.5. What is the intermediate ratio that I'm getting at the current stage? The intermediate ratio that I'm getting at the current stage is of 3133.97. And where is my golden ratio? Golden ratio is at 3056.98. Do we have the rejections at the exact perspectives? So we'll look into the circumstances of the next. How do you look for the next marking allocation points? The next marking allocation points is looked under the consideration of the previous. At the current stage, let's come down to 4 hours. 195. Right? With that, what are the next steps that I'll be looking at the current scenarios in 4 hours? In 4 hours, I'll look for the mapping of the next. At the current scenario, market is in the current status of a bearish movement. With that, I will start looking for an allocation with the previous point of action. Right, in this scenario, this is my supply with the supply continuity. So I look for an allocation post the retracement. Market ने कितना retrace लिया था? जितना हमारा previous inducement zone of action था उतना ही rejection लेके continuity में movement. With the continuity of the movement, what did the market tend to do? Market tend to take the rejection from the same perspective. So at this current state, do we have a minimality? Yes, we do have a minimality. So what are the next plan of actions that I will be looking at the current scenario? At the current scenario, I'll be looking for the swing high at this circumstances, the swing low at this current circumstances, and the retracement point. Let's do the math and check what are the numbers that we are getting at the current state of actions. Swing high is 3149.141 minus what is the swing low? Swing low is 3124.65. The formulative number is 24.76. What is the retracement point that I'm having? 3138.98. Direction is bearish, minus 2416 into 1.618. The formulative number at the current state of actions is of exact rejection point, right? With this, what are the next steps that I'll be looking for the marking allocations at the current stage? The next stages is looking in 1 hour. How do you look for an allocation perspectives with the continuity? Do we have a precision movement allocation? Yes, we do have a precision movement allocation. With that, we will look for a demand zone. रिट्रेस कितना हुआ था इस जोन में, जो हमारा प्रीवियस डिमांड अलोकेशन है, that will act as my current, which is this, with this 100% completion, 150% rejection. With the 150% rejections, what are the next steps that I'll be looking over here? With the completion of that, this will act as my first. So with the first point of action, the continuity, with the continuity, break, multiply it, reallocate it. Where do we see the rejection perspectives? Again from 150% zone. With the 150% zone, what are the next steps that I'll be looking at the current state of actions? There are only two things that what I'll be following at the current scenarios is my first supply. Why the wick calculation is taken under the consideration? Because there is a break of structure. Post that, allocation through the previous, with the previous point of action, looking for the scenario one, there is a break. With the break, continuity, right? First plan of action will be looked at 150%. With the 150%, the next. Okay, this is our 1 hour. So post 1 hour allocations, what are the next steps that I'll be currently looking for? I'll be looking for in 15 minutes. What are the major sequence that I'll be following through? The major sequence that I'll be following through is each and every point of actions which will be in the calibrations. Point of action number one of the supply, this will act as my next. Post the retracement point, do we have a rejection? Yes, we do have a rejection. So with this rejection perspectives, what are the next steps that I'll be looking at the current state? With the current state of actions, what is the rejection that we have got? The rejection perspective number one, which will act as my next. With that plan of action, the market continued the break. So I'll be doing 150% to 200% range out. So the market took the rejection from 200% range out. So I'll mark out the range. Post range mark out, what are the next steps that I'll be looking over here? Do we have an inducement? Yes, we do have an inducement. Do we have a iceberg order? Yes, we do have a iceberg order. What are the next steps that I'll be looking at the current circumstances at this point of action? The conversion ratio. How do you look into the conversion ratio? Whatever the moment you have in the inducement, that will act as the same at the current place. With the same current place action plan, what will be the first supply that you will be taking under the consideration? The first supply will be taken under the consideration of your previous. This previous supply will act as your current movement at this point of actions. Right, with this, what did market tend to do? Market gave a break. Rejection कितना होगा यहाँ पे? जितना मेरा previous inducement zone of action hai, that will only act as the current. With the current, multiplying it and reallocating it post the retracement point. Do we have a rejection? Yes, we do. With the rejection perspective, reallocation के साथ market continuity में गया था, so I will restructure it out. Okay, what do we notice? We have an exact breakthrough ratio. With the breakthrough ratio, what are the next steps that I'll be following? At the current stage, this will act as my current first demand zone. With the current demand zone, what are the next scenarios that I'll be following through? Multiplying it post the retracement. Right, so this is the plan of actions which will be taken under the consideration of the first step. मार्केट ने रिट्रेस कितना किया था? जितना मेरा प्रीवियस रिट्रेसमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन है उतना ही रिट्रेस करके कंटिन्यूटी में फॉल थ्रू दिया है. Right, what are the next steps that I'll be looking over here? The recalculation calibers has not been identified yet. So जैसे ही ये candle closure देती है, then we will be looking for swing high, swing low and retracement point. Till then, no allocations will be taken under the considerations towards the movement. Okay, so this is for gold. Any doubts? Any doubts in gold? Clear. Good morning, Anirudh. हाँ सर, काम नहीं कर रहा, नॉट वर्किंग। उनको भी पता चल गया क्या? यार, 90% सिनेरियो के हिसाब से ओनेडा अच्छा काम कर रहा था यार। प्रिसाइज फुल मूवमेंट्स थी उसमें। तो क्या करें? ओके, so till the time there is no closure of this candle, we'll not look for the next. So clear, we'll come down to BTC. BTC, what are the major steps that I'll be looking at BTC at the current state of action, starting from daily time frame? This is my POI range. With the POI range, I look for the marking point. With the marking point of allocation, the next step will be taken under the consideration post the POI range or the inducement range. So what are the steps that I'll be following over here? I'll be looking for an action plan post the executions of my POI range of action, which will act as my current. With the current plan of execution, market took a rejection. With the rejections, what are the next steps that I'll be looking over here? I'll be looking for a internal liquidity point. So the internal liquidity point at the current stage is allocated at this point of actions. With that, the market tend to give a demand area. So we will take the demand area under the considerations. Post the demand area considerations, we will do the calculations S2B1 setup के साथ locations. So at this current scenario, what do we notice? We have a breakthrough of a mathematical precision number. So we'll mark out that and we will change out the reallocation points. With the reallocation points, this will act as my supply. So with the supply, market tend to continue the structure. मार्केट में रिट्रेसमेंट कितना आया, जितना मेरे पास जो प्रीवियस एक्शन प्लान बिल्ड आउट थी यहाँ पे, that will act as my current retracement, the body range, because we didn't had a break of structure. So with this plan of actions, what are the next steps that I'll be looking at the current scenarios? The next steps I'll be looking is multiplying my previous supply and allocating it with the same plan of actions. Right, with the same plan of actions, what did market tend to do over here? Market took a rejection from the same perspectives. With the same perspectives, what are the next plan of actions that will be looked at? With the same plan of actions, what are the next steps that we'll be following at the current state of actions? The simple and easy steps are looking into the movement distractions. The movement distraction starts from this demand zone. This demand zone will act as my current. With the current plan of action, what did market tend to do? Market tend to continue the break. So we'll multiply the scenario and mark out 150%. At this scenario, what are the steps that market has followed with? Market has followed with a rejection of 150%. Right? Post 150% allocation, what are the next steps? So I'll come down to 4 hours. With the 4 hours, I will look for a remapping allocations, which will be taken under the considerations of yesterday's movement. In this scenario, we have a movement circulative plans. We had an exact iceberg orders which is being placed in the circumstances. With that plan of actions, market tend to continue with each and every break. So this will be my first demand allocation point. With the first demand allocation point, I will look for the next. Right, with the next allocation point of interest, what are the next steps that I'll be following through? Market create a minimality. With the minimality, there was a break. With the break of actions, what are the steps that market followed? The market followed an action plan of 150%. Right? With the 150% rejections, how much was the rejection taken under the consideration at the current state of actions? The first point of action will act over here. With that, the market gave a continuity. With the continuity, we will allocate the next. We have a 200% rejection at the current scenario, so we will take the marking of the same. With that, continuity movement was allocated. The continuity movement will be considered from the point of action of this. So this point of action will be taken under the consideration of first and reallocate over here. Exact 100% rejection. With the exact 100% rejections, market tend to give a break and continuity. In that scenario, this will act as my 100% one in the first action plan, right? So when this acts as my 100% plan, what is the next thing? The market gave a continuity. With the continuity, we had a minimality. With the minimality, what is the next step that we'll be looking for? The closure. The closure is exactly at the precisions of the current movement plan of action. Market में rejection कितना दिखने को मिला था हमें, जितना हमारा first plan of action है, राइट, जो कि इन द सिनेरियो जितना सप्लाई हमारा प्लान ऑफ एक्शन में बिल्ड होता है उतना ही रिजेक्शन हमको यहाँ पे दिखने को मिला था. With that, market tend to continue. So here the first plan of action will be taken under the consideration of the previous lineup. In this scenario, this will be my first supply. With the first supply, market tend to continue. So reallocation of the perpetuals. With the perpetual movement, 150% marking. Right? Post 150% marking is done. What are the next steps that I'll be looking at the current scenarios? The next step will be followed through with 1 hour. Yes, definitely. If you guys want to mark the mathematical numbers, I'll do that for you guys. At the current scenario, what are the swing low? Swing low remains the same. With the swing low, this is my swing high. With the swing high, this is my retracement point. Right? Let's do the math and check what are the calculations that we have got at the current scenarios. For the bullish movement at the state of action, 82236.77 minus 76601.50. What is the formulative number? 5635.27. What is the retracement point? 79087.33. Direction is bullish, plus 5635.27 into 1.618. The target is hit over here of the golden ratio. What is the next target that I'll be looking at the current state of actions? The next target plan that I'll be looking is for intermediate ratio. At the scenario, the intermediate ratio is at 90,357.87, right? So we had got into the allocation perspectives of the same. With this, next plan of action will be taken under the consideration of 1 hour. How do you look into the circumstances of 1 hour? At the current stage, we have a movement at every plan of action, right? With the every plan of action, we will look into the current circumstances of only April, not the March. So with that, starting point of actions will be taken under the consideration of this previous supply. This previous supply will act as my current. With the current plan of actions, what are the steps that I'll be looking over here? Because there was no breakthrough movement in the current scenario, I'll look for only body rejection. Right, with the body rejections, market tend to take a rejection perspective over here. The full allocation point will be taken under the considerations and will mark out the zone. Post marking out the zone, what did we notice? There is a break and continuity, multiply 150% rejection. Post 150% rejection, what did market tend to do? Market tend to follow the rule. Yeah. So with this plan of actions, what did market follow at the current state of actions? This is the point of action one. Inducement range में कितना movement है, उतना ही हमारा rejection perspective होगा. With this plan, the next scenario will be taken under the considerations. Post the allocation of the demand range. With the demand range continuity of the structure plan. We had a minimality. With the minimality, we will do the multiplied version and check where did the market tend to take the rejection from the same point of actions. Right, with this scenario, we have a retracement point of action. So first action point of scenario one will be taken from the previous allocations and the continuity multiplied by 200% rejections in the first go. Post that कल के दिन में एक बड़ा movement create हुआ था. How do we look into the circumstances of that entire movement? Will be taken under the consideration of previous demand zone and we'll look for an allocation. Do we have a rejection exactly from the same point of action? Yes, we do. So what are the movement plan of actions at the current state that we'll be looking? The entire movement structure of the previous post the retracement zone will be taken under the considerations at this point of action. Right? With the point of actions, what did market tend to create over here? Market tend to create a breakthrough with the breakthrough continuity. How do we look that continuity at the current state of actions? We'll be looking through a major monopoly of 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, market was in the POI zone. With the POI zone, market is trying to grab out the attention parameters of each and every retailers. So what are the steps that we'll be looking at the current scenarios of execution? The current scenario of execution will be taken under two perspectives, and the perspectives is calculated in the formation of the next. How does the market reallocated the structure with creating the inducement at this point of action? Right, prior to that the market was in a proper hunt. With the proper hunt, the market tend to remove each and every player out. Right, with this plan of actions, what are the steps that we'll be looking at the current perpetuals? The perpetual movement will be taken under the consideration of the previous, from the allocation of the iceberg order to the low. This will be the action plan of the first. रिट्रेसमेंट कितना लिया मार्केट में, जितना हमारा प्रीवियस एक्शन था उतना ही रिट्रेसमेंट लेके मार्केट ने कंटिन्यूटी में बिल्ड आउट दी. Right, with this, what are the major scenarios that I'll be following through at the current state of actions? At the current state of actions, the movement will be taken under the considerations of the previous and continuity. In the continuity, this was my demand zone. This will act as my current. So at the point of interest, where did the market took the rejection from? From the same action plan. Any doubts in this, guys? Next plan of action का allocations देखना चाहते हो? It's very simple and easy to identify it. The plan of action of acting will be from this swing of actions. 1 hour में easily identify हो जाएगा. So in the scenario of the current state, this will be my swing low. This will be my swing high. This will be my retracement point. Okay. Post this, we'll look for an allocation perspectives of the bearish bullish movement to identify the structure plan out. The structure plan out is 83275.26 minus swing low, which is at 82279.26. The formulative number is 996. The retracement point is 82896.99. What is the targets that we are currently having at the state of actions? The targets that we are looking into the state of actions is exactly at the same point जहां से market rejection लिया है. Okay. Any doubts? BTC 15 minutes. Why the supply is not marked from the bottom? Which supply? Nilesh, कौन सा supply? But could we still tell the entries? I can cross check at the lunchtime. Good morning, Ashish. How should new member get in sync? Go to home page. There is 4 tabs. In that first tab, you have to look for mathematical concepts, right? Then supply and demand, then the liquidity and volume due. These are the only 3 sections you have to go through. Post going through this, we will be having a back testing which will be done for 1.5 years, right? Post 1.5 years of back testing, then we will be doing 1 year of forward testing. With 1 year of forward testing, 1 month of live testing. With the 1 month of live testing, starting with the small amount to build the confidence, then with the real value of the capital, whatever you want to get in, with following the proper risk to reward ratio. Okay, Ashish. Good morning, Samath. I heard that yesterday you closed the trade with 300 pips. Keep it up. Okay, Ashish, I will mark out the level so that it will be easy for you guys. Yes, 300 pips. Great. Keep it up, man. Sir, I am in loss trading from last 1.5 years. Just came across your channel. My major loss in stock options. Definitely will clear. You can clear it up. It's not very hard. मेरे हिसाब से आपका loss majorly जाके could stand up somewhere between 1.5 to 2. Right? This recovery is not difficult. Okay? So these are the steps you have to follow, Ashish. So if you control on this, you will definitely have the next movement plan of actions to concentrate it. Coming to Indian sessions. सबको फिर से ट्रैप करेगा ये. Right? No change in plan of action. हाँ, यूएसडी में तो सेम है ना. आपने इंडियन वैल्यू में बोला, हमने उसको यूएसडी में कन्वर्ट करके बोला. 10 to 12. Okay. Don't worry, Ashish. It's easy. Just follow the steps. No changes, guys. Indian sessions में सेम फॉलो करना रूल्स को विद द सेम फॉलोइंग ऑफ द रूल्स. जब तक रिटेलर्स ट्रैप नहीं होंगे, हम लॉन्ग के लिए नहीं देखेंगे. जब तक सेलिंग प्रेशर से बाइंग प्रेशर को कन्वर्ट नहीं होता है, हम लॉन्ग के लिए नहीं देखेंगे. ओके. जितने भी लोग स्विंग ट्रेडिंग में हैं, सबका टीएसएल 23407 पे होगा सिस्टम पे. एमटीएसएल 23350 पे होगी. Bank Nifty, same scenario. 51,500 will be the point of action for system trailing, and 51,300 will be the MTSL point of actions. Okay. Sorry, बीच में उड़ा दिया था. Okay, Ashish. So don't worry, you will be able to do it. Is there any mentorship you give? भाई अभी full stop दो यार. So yes, Ashish, what you can do, you can check in WhatsApp or Telegram. If there is slot available, definitely team will help you out with that. Okay. But at the current stage, there are no slots. So yeah, one-on-one sessions hota hai. But on the scenarios currently full pack, check with the team. If there is slot, definitely they will help you out. Okay. भरत स्ट्रीम पे हो क्या? त्रिशूल त्रिशूल जानना था उसको. त्रिशूल. Okay, sir. Where you guys trade gold? So we trade gold in IG, Exness, and Factlands. These are the three major platforms where we trade gold in. Okay, Ashish. Ranjit, yes, definitely I will explain you the Indian sessions as well. Give me a moment, right? इसको त्रिशूल सिखा देता हूँ पहले. And then because वो आते ही वो ही पहला मैसेज डाला था. These platforms Legal in India. Ashish, to trade in IG, you need a capital worth of 100 crores. To trade in Vaxels, you need a capital worth of 50 crores. Exness, yes, it's not legal in India, but if you do it in a right way through a gray hole, yes, you will definitely be able to work on it. Okay. Trishul, BTC. So, Bharat, major thing, come down to 1 hour. Wherever there is a reversal point of action, you will be able to identify the thresholds, right? A reversal point of action nahi hai, so will not consider it. But yes, definitely, आज का short का movement was with a threshold 1, 2, 3, right? उसके बाद continuity में 1, 2, 3. Look in only 1 hour, okay? This is called an external liquidity points. Each and every perspective will look into the consideration. Market will give you the movement through the same. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. This will all be at a mathematical numbers, not prior to that. याद रख लेना. Okay. Don't get confused. So बीच बीच में अगर थ्रेशोल्ड मिल रहा है, no execution. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. These are the way of looking into the perpendicular movements of threshold allocation of which is external liquidity at first place. Threshold नाम अच्छा था उसके लिए रख दिया. 1, 2, 3. All the reversals has been identified with the same plan of actions. Okay, भरत, 1 hour में ही देखना है, 15 मिनट में नहीं. Good morning, Yogesh. Ranjan. डेली स्क्रीनिंग की जरूरत ही नहीं है यहाँ पे. एनीवेज, आपने पूछा है तो बता देता हूँ. रंजित, मेजरली इंडियन सेशंस में ऑप्शंस ट्रेड कर रहे हो तो आपको तीन चीज जरूरत है. एक, आइडेंटिफाइंग द राइट प्रेशर्स. जब तक मार्केट में प्रेशर अलोकेशन है तब तक ऑप्शंस में आपको पैसा बनता रहेगा. अगर बिना विक क्रिएशंस आपको मार्केट मूवमेंट दिखाती है, देन समझ लेना उस दिन से आप ट्रैप होना शुरू हो गए. सो इन द करंट सिनेरियो, हमारा शॉर्ट का ट्रेड ईच एंड एवरी प्लान ऑफ एक्शंस कैसे शुरू हुई थी, फ्रॉम द point of interest of here. What do we notice? This is our green candle, so I'll mark the green. With the green candle marking, we had a red candle. I'll take the red candle marking. With the red candle marking, whenever there is a selling pressure looked at the current scenarios, we'll take under the consideration of the same. Right? So with this plan, what are the next steps that I'll be looking? This is my green candle, so I'll mark it as green. This is my red, so I'll mark it as red. Right? So with this plan of actions, what did market tend to create? Market tend to create a zone of action, right? With the zone of action point, what was the wick range? This is the entire wick range, which was taken under the considerations and marking at the current, right? What did the market tend to do? If I close the body of the first and the body of the second, right? So at each and every point of action, the wick pressures will be identified through the circumstantial movements, right? So with the circumstantial movements, each and every point of interest, there is a movement point allocated. With the movement point allocated, there is a structure built. So हर एक point of interest में at the current scenario आपको क्या notice हो रही है? Wick is from the top towards the down. 1, 2, 3, हर एक पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट में विक क्रिएट करके ही मार्केट मूवमेंट नीचे के लिए आई है. करेक्ट. इन टुडेज सिनेरियो ऑल्सो इफ यू नोटिस द विक इज क्रिएटेड टुवर्ड्स द शॉर्ट. अगर कंफ्यूजन है डेफिनेटली संडे का सेशन जाके देखो. ये पूरा सिनेरियो में एक्सप्लेन किया था. व्हाई विल द मार्केट कम डाउन. संडे का वीडियो, सॉरी. दिस वाज द एंटायर साइडवेज जोन. करेक्ट. दिस वाज द एंटायर साइडवेज जोन. क्लियरली मार्केट में क्या दिखने को मिला था हमें. सेलिंग प्रेशर. सेलिंग प्रेशर. राइट. व्हाट डिड मार्केट टेंड टू डू पोस्ट दैट. मार्केट टेंड टू फॉल. क्योंकि मार्केट कभी भी एक चीज याद रखना. मूवमेंट अगर बिल्ड करता है पहला इंडिकेशन देता है. कैसे. थ्रू अ रीअलोकेशन पर्सपेक्टिव. रीअलोकेशन पर्सपेक्टिव मतलब जिस भी डायरेक्शन का मूवमेंट होता है उस डायरेक्शन का अलोकेशन पहले आपको इंडिकेशन देती है. अगर आप यहाँ पे मेरे को ये बोल रहे हो ये बाइंग प्रेशर है, राइट, देन दिस इज नॉट ए बाइंग प्रेशर. दिस वाज जस्ट गैप अप. गैप अप ओपन करने के बाद जितने भी रिटेलर्स बैठे थे इन द प्लान ऑफ एक्शंस उनका एसएल लेने के लिए ऊपर आया था. Right, so that was the plan of executions that you have to look at each and every perspectives. इसके साथ market कहाँ तक आएगा next. 82,885 तक. क्यों. The major thing in Indian sessions are following the right mathematical numbers is very much important. Right, without a right mathematical numbers you won't be able to suffice in the market. Okay. So I don't want to waste the time of doing the daily analysis, then 1 hour analysis, then coming down to 15 minutes because उतना जरूरत है ही नहीं. Because आप लोग इंट्राडे ट्रेडर्स हो, स्विंग ट्रेडर्स नहीं. अगर स्विंग ट्रेडर्स जिस दिन बन जाओगे बता देना, मैं उस दिन सिखा दूंगा. ओके. सर बीटीसी में S2B2 बना है क्या. S2B2 कहाँ पे बना है जनाब. S2B2 बनने के लिए मार्केट में एक मदर कैंडल, एक इनसाइड कैंडल, उसके साथ दो कंफर्मेशन कैंडल, थर्ड कैंडल ब्रेक होगा या फोर्थ कैंडल ब्रेक. करेक्ट. सो हाउ इज दिस टेकन अंडर द कंसिडरेशन ऑफ द प्रीवियस. वी कांट, राइट. ब्यूटीफुल गाइस. टारगेट कंप्लीट गोल्ड में विथ 80 पिप्स. नितेश डिड यू स्टार्ट. मैम आप लोगों के चक्कर में स्टार्ट किया मैंने. 2 बार अकाउंट लो हुआ. $1 से नहीं होता है. सो एटलीस्ट मेरे को दो. $10 बोलो, $20 बोलो, तब मजा है ना. आप लोग $1 से ट्रेड करके दिखाओ बोलते हो. कैसे करूं मैं. हाँ डेफिनेटली एक ट्रेड ले आऊं मैं शॉर्ट के तरफ 1,000 रुपीज के साथ. ओके. वो ट्रेड अभी चल रहा है 7,800 पे. हाँ ये वीडियो के लिए मैं किया था ट्रेड. कल बोला था ना इनको $20 से 100K करेंगे साथ में. उसके लिए एग्जीक्यूशन इज हियर. ट्रेड टेकन टिल हियर. बट अभी तक कॉन्फिडेंस उतना नहीं दिया है. दिस करेंट पॉइंट ना आइसबर्ग ऑर्डर बिल्ड हुआ है, ना वॉल्यूम चेंज ऑफ एक्शन दिखा है, ना बाइंग प्रेशर आई है. सो यस आई विल होल्ड दिस विद द MTSL ओवर हियर. सो फर्स्ट ट्रेड ऑफ 1,000 आई वांट टू क्लोज इट एट 20. लेट्स सी होता है कि नहीं. नहीं होगा तो भी that's totally fine, man. I'm taking home 50 pips. I'm happy with that. 7 गुना चल रहा है कि पूरा का पूरा डाल दिया. यस. आदत ही नहीं है ना छोटे अकाउंट से ट्रेड करना. तो एक अच्छा कैपिटल दिख जाने दो, उसके बाद रिस्क टू रिवॉर्ड फॉलो करेंगे. All the old members do the back testing. With the back testing, do the forward testing. Forward testing with relay bars. जो भी डाउट आता है पूछो. We'll look for the next. Okay. BTC में शाम में लेंगे. अगर ये $200 बनता है अभी गोल्ड में, तो BTC में एक फुल लॉट अलोकेशन लगाएंगे 2000 पॉइंट्स. तो वहां पे $4000 हो जाएगा. Only one condition here, Smita. The condition is market should break this and continue this perpetual. The only condition what I will be asking. Okay? तब तक नहीं, तब तक के लिए मत देखना guys. ब्रेक होने दो उसके बाद. All the new members, welcome to the stream. जो भी doubts है, please do ask. Okay? In regards to anything, yes. So you opened an account of $10 and running with $80. Yes, that's right. Actually, currently running with $100. Beautiful. ये ब्रेक चाहिए तभी, उससे पहले नहीं. सर दिखा सकते हो क्या वो ट्रेड को? कहाँ पे दिखाना है? चलो यार, आप लोगों को ग्रुप में डाल के दिखा देता हूँ. बट स्क्रीनशॉट आता नहीं है ना. गुड मॉर्निंग इमरान. एक्सनेस में स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हैं क्या? सेटिंग्स चेंज करना पड़ेगा. ओके. थैंक यू सो मच. क्या क्या कराते हो मेरे हाथ में आप लोग? ओके. नहीं, स्क्रीनशॉट नहीं ले सकते। नहीं, डिसेबल करने के बाद भी नहीं ले सकते। इमरान, शॉर्ट के ट्रेड में हो क्या? अगर आप लोगों को चाहिए तो मैं दिखा देता हूँ। इफ यू कैन सी गाइस, वीडियो ओपन किया है, रनिंग विद $110। ओके। How to deposit money in Exness? Use crypto wallets. If you're doing it online bank, make sure whatever you're getting in the perspectives of the current will be taken under the consideration of the previous. Okay. No trade just started. Okay. No worries. Refresh करना। So risk to reward गया तेल लेने। Yesterday short I closed at MTSL. इमरान, यहाँ पे आपको MTSL क्लोजर दिया ही नहीं था, कहाँ पे दिया था? Did the candle closed above this? No, right? Target was exactly over here. So how did you close it at MTSL? That is wrong. सर, बाइनेंस में डिपॉजिट भी तो केवल P2P ही होता है। आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट बाइनेंस, राइट? सो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज, आशीष, अगर आपका डेली मंथली ट्रांजैक्शंस ऑफ ऑनलाइन बैंक is of 1 lakh, right? Make sure whatever deposit you are looking should be inside this, because withdrawal and deposit should be in this range. You can use online banking, that's not an issue. You can use Google Pay, that's not an issue, right? No, I closed at 3110. 3110. Okay, ये वाला MTSL hit हुआ, then it's good, not an issue. Beautiful guys, ये ब्रेक हो चुका है, कंटिन्यूटी चाहिए। Is there any way to deposit in Binance without doing P2P? In Binance, Binance is tracked by Indian government, yes. That's the only problem. So we use Trust Wallet for the transactions. You're right, MC Target पे कर देना चाहिए था मुझे. Yes, वो ही बोल रहा था, क्योंकि इवनिंग सेशन में क्लियरली बोला था मार्केट उसी पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन तक आके रिवर्स हो गए. No issues, sir. I will pay tax. 55% is tax on crypto. 30% is the tax. 25% is the cess. No issues, sir. Okay, if you have that option, if you're okay paying 55%, then you can use direct online banking where they have given a new option now. Okay, you can use that option for executions, deposit के लिए. Okay, Ashish. Now the values are small, and even you know this, right, Ashish? Ki like if you make the losses, also you should pay the taxes of crypto. It doesn't matter if you make profit or loss. Beautiful, guys. Now this comes into the play. 150% rejection. Futures and options is not considered under business income. Okay, Ashish. Your trade is running at $130 right now, sir. No, my trade is running at $160. What are you talking? Yes. Any crypto trades that you're executing with the Indian regulatories, you have to show the proof. And that will definitely come under business income only. Because you're not holding it in the swaps, you're holding it only into the IDs or into the swings. Okay. It's just not about BTC. Beautiful, guys. $200 running. I'll follow the MTSL at the current state. Lovely. On the break and continue, the next plan of action will be 200%. Okay. Only on the break and continue. Am I clear? मान गया सर आपको. किसने बोला मार्केट में पैसा नहीं बनता है? 1000 रुपए से भी पैसे बनता है. 7 दिन दो गए. I'll put the video which no one has done in the life. 7 days. I'm asking you guys. सिर्फ टाइटल चेंज होगा. $20 नहीं होगा, $10 होगा. Samarth, you have to follow the rule of MTSL, not exiting directly. Beautiful, guys. This will act as 200% now. Follow the mathematical numbers, swing high, swing low, and retracement point. No rules, no breaking. Great case. Great. Lovely. My next trade will be from $100 so that I can reach to $1,000 or 1,200. Then I can start my risk to reward. Beautifully done, guys. Keep it up. वर्षा लेवल्स क्यों डाला? हटाओ लेवल्स को. So now what's going in BTC? Beautiful, guys. What a premium spike, huh? $230 running. Trade of execution, account balance $10 with $10 continuity. 230 running, which is 23,000 from 1,000 rupees. BTC में क्या चल रहा है? BTC is following the rule of action. अगर ये break करता है, your first TP will be this again. Okay? This will be your first TP. Rejection market में कितना लिया? जितना previous था उतने का ही action plan of allocation continuity. अगर ये break होता है यहाँ पे, this will act as 200% with the 200% 150% rejection. Okay? 1000 to 23,000 in 30 minutes. Sorry, wrong guess. Not 30 minutes. Huh? 1 hour 10 minutes. यहाँ से है ना ट्रेडर these candles. सर वर्षा का लेवल्स लगा हुआ है. जहाँ से रिजेक्शन लेना है ना वही पॉइंट. सर नो व्हाट अगर मेरे ट्रेड के बारे में पूछ रहे हो तो एमटीएसएल के साथ फॉलो थ्रू. अगर बीटीसी के बारे में फॉलो कर रहे हो तो 150% ऑन द क्लोजर ऑफ 100%. ब्रेक कंटिन्यूटी. ओके. सो यू आर नॉट रीडिंग इन योर रियल अकाउंट. वो चल रहा है वो साइड में चल रहा है. बट दिस इज फन ना. After 4.5 years, I did this from a small account. Another 3 trips will be back in the action following the proper risk to reward. 3 more trips. Sir, one question. Yes, Ashish. Good morning, Sumit. सर ये तो छोटा अकाउंट है इसे तो दिखा दो. नहीं नहीं दिखाऊंगा. वीडियो आ जाएगी जैसे ही 100K बन जाएगा. Sir, what is the leverage for small account trade? Depends. If you're following through the movement action plan, first step is 1:1000. If your account size is somewhere around $1,000, if your account size is $500, 1,200, sorry, 1,002, 1:2000, and zone of conduct में ही नहीं है The next is 1 is to unlimited, which I don't recommend. जिनका अकाउंट साइज $10 $20 का है उनका. Beautiful guys. The $10 account is running with $250. MTSL follow करो. Lovely. If we trade crypto derivatives, then there won't be any taxes till 12 lakhs as per new tax slab, right? Who said that? Ashish? All the new members, welcome to the stream. जो भी doubts है, please do ask. And जो back testing कर रहा है, simple and easy rule to be followed. Crypto derivatives will be as per the business incomes. We are not holding any VDA. If you're not holding VDA also, right? What is the major things that is looked into the current circumstances? Guys, 1 second, Ashish. MTSL follow karo. On the break and continue. This will be the new setup plan. कितना हो गया सर? $290 running. Okay. So at the current tax compliances, what is it being followed? The followance is currently with 1% of TDS if it's below 12 lakhs. Correct? With the source deduction which will be allocated on the transfers to the VDA. Right? अगर लोगों को नहीं पता क्या है VDA, virtual digital assets, right? This was introduced in the perpetuals of not making any black transactions. Okay, but at the current slab rate, you have to showcase the income if your annual earning is of 12 lakhs also. wherein in this you will be paying 30% of the gains or the loss of the crypto markets. Okay. Ashish, what is the current ITR that you are filing for crypto? ITR 2 or ITR 3? Say me that. But not for derivatives. Under section 112, right, on the any perpetual grains of derivatives, you will be paying the starting slab of 12.8%. Guys, read the entire movements first, right? So let it be Bitcoin or let it be any crypto for Indian markets, people who are trading from India. MTSL follow karo. Beautiful, Nitish. What is the current price of your $10 running? $300 now. GMR, first step to do the back testing by marking supply and demand, then mark in forward relay bars. You will be able to catch and follow such steps. 30% tax. Any profit you make from selling crypto for INR are taxed at the flat 30% rate. 1% additionally, a 1% TDS will be deducted. आपने सेस मार्क करना भूल गया इसमें. MTSL फॉलो करो. नेक्स्ट टारगेट बहुत जल्द हिट होने वाला. But how future or options will be taxed? That's my question. How does Indian Nifty or Bank Nifty taxed at the current state? Ashish. So basically, I'm not just talking about Nifty or Bank Nifty. I'm talking about the entire allocations of the futures and options what you are trading in Indian market, basically through NSE or BSE. How do you look into the consideration for future and options? It's a flat 30% over there also, right? Till the time it's not a long-term gains, whatever the short-term gains you are showing in Indian markets as well, that will also get considered under the derivatives and that will also be taxed under 30% slab only. If you're earning 12 lakhs per year or if you're earning 1 crore per year, that doesn't matter. Currently, you're in losses, so you're not able to get that entire view of actions. Currently, so if I trade on Binance or Delta Exchange, it will be taxed as per the income tax slab. Hashish, don't take the consideration of the income slab. This is not your, I think you're employed, right? Or you're self employed, whatever the scenario is. Don't go by income slabs. Crypto markets is always a one cut short. Once you gained, you will be paying direct cut short of 30% under the section 112. Right? So the same way you look into the next circumstances also. So it won't be as per the income slab taxes. Okay. Don't compare with income slab. Always remember that. And STCG is just not 20%, Ashish. STCG is 20% plus 5% cess. So entirely you will be paying 25%. Sir, full of information is not available in this MC section, sir. I am here taking this allocation. Sir, full of information is not available in this MC section, sir. You're taking this allocation is my doubt, sir. समझा नहीं. Please elaborate it in the smaller words, sir, how to avoid the taxes. Sir, what about losses then? If we have in futures, if you are having losses in crypto, definitely. If you have not showcased it, but if your registration is through the PAN in Delta or Binance, then definitely you will have to showcase the losses. On that losses also, there will be a deduction of 30%. Beautiful, guys. 312 running. Even in BTC, good one, 100% almost going to hit now. Post 100% completion and the break the next targets. Ranjit, if your doubt is of how does the marking allocation comes into the play, this will come under the circumstances of supply and demand section. Sir, what is the full form of STCG, short-term capital gains? The only way you can cut it out, Ashish, is by mix and match, right? The mix and match concept, अगर आपके CA है उससे पूछ लेना, right? आपका STCG जो है उसके साथ आप क्रिप्टो का जो भी है उसको एक साथ में allocate करो, right? So both negativity could be having a resistance of 3 years of gain range. राइट अगर 3 इयर्स में आप रिकवर करते हो देन यू विल बी हैविंग ए बैकअप कंट्रेंस. बैकअप कंट्रेंस क्या होता है? जब भी एक पॉइंट ऑफ अलोकेशन में आने के बाद जब आप रिकवर करते हो यू डोंट हैव टू पे फॉर द लॉसेस, यू विल बी जस्ट पेइंग फॉर द गेन्स. ओके, so you can speak with your CA regarding to this, so he will help you out if he is having the knowledge of the crypto. सर पॉइंट ये है कि बीटीसी ट्रेड्स कहाँ करे फिर? ऑप्शन 1, if you're rich enough, move to Dubai. Option 2, execution in trust wallet. Option 3, build the capital, then use a freelancing visa to move to Dubai. Right? Option 4, use Exness, give the proof of DL, right? PAN card link मत करना, execution allocate करना, post execution allocation you gauge whatever you are earning, convert it into the crypto and Dubai account. Only one condition, no PAN card or Aadhaar card will be submitted as the verification in Exness. These are the only 4 steps that you have to trade in crypto at the current stage. Okay. Nilesh, any doubts in the markets? डेल्टा एक्सचेंज में आपने प्रूफ ही पैन कार्ड दिया है ना, so each and every data is being captured. Just now you said you don't want to pay taxes. If your CA is good, then definitely use delta exchange to trade, right? Because losses can be re-merged out over here. 30% losses के ऊपर भी देना पड़ेगा आपको टैक्स. Binance is good if you guys are trading from other countries, not from India. Keeping in mind Binance is legal in India, the verification has been taken under the consideration of PAN card and Aadhaar, where in each and every trade execution details will be transferred to the government. Nitish, one thing. When there is a beautiful movement towards the long, why were you so sure that market will come down? Iceberg order, iceberg order, and revolution of the punctuality. S2B1 setup, mathematical precisions. Hi again, sir. That's up to you, Ashish. हो गया? इतना जल्दी लंच ब्रेक भी आ गया? If you want to really work on Indian sessions, work on options. Swing में options काम करना. 100% hit, guys. On the break, 150% target. BTC गया नीचे सर. अगर आप लोग मेरे को बोल रहे हो यहाँ पे 200 हर एक 300 पॉइंट 200 पॉइंट के लिए मार्केट नीचे आ रहा है, रुको जनाब. ऐसे मूवमेंट को क्या बोलोगे जो हमने कल कैप्चर किया था? हमने ये भी कैप्चर किया, हमने ये भी कैप्चर किया. सर वो 25 मार्च वाला बता दे. किस में? वंश गोल्ड में या BTC? 25 मार्च. सर आप इंडियन मार्केट्स लाइव ट्रेड नहीं करते? करते हैं. हमारा स्विंग में चलता है, आईडी में नहीं. So our current rates is running from the plan of actions of 2 point of actions, right? First execution point हमारा यहाँ पे ही हो गया था. Proof of conduct Sunday का video, okay? So the same scenario with Banknifty as well. Okay, so we work on swing tradings in Indian markets, not on intraday. Gold 25th. 25th के दिन executions देखना था, correct? First execution setup यहाँ पे है S2B1. Second execution setup S2B1. Third execution setup यहाँ पे है S2B2. Sorry, S2B1. And the last and not but the least, the setup of again is over here. S2B1. Okay. These are the four setups what we have it in the market at the current states. अगर 50 pips का point of action भी देख के चलोगे, this will also act as one. S2B1. Okay. Is your trade still running in gold? Yes, ma'am. MTSL के साथ $250 का ट्रेड चल रही है at the current state. अगर रिजेक्शन लेगा तो मेरा क्लोजर विल बी एट $188. वर्षा, वंश ने जो भेजा है फॉरवर्ड करो. Beautiful guys. Next target is 150%, which is at 84,000. सही है वंश, it's perfect. यार पता नहीं यार क्या हो गया ओनेडा को. Capital.com यूज करना एट द करेंट स्टेट. Capital.com यूज करना. नहीं, जो आपने मार्किंग किया है वो मार्किंग सही है. ठीक है, एट द करेंट स्टेट ऑफ एक्शंस. Okay, Ashish, any other doubts you're having at the current state of actions, please do ask. All the new members, welcome to the stream. जो भी doubts है, please do ask. In regards to the market, psychology, and execution perspectives. Okay, Bharat. Hope you got the point. समझ में आ गया. मार्केट में मूवमेंट आता है, हमारा कैप्चर एनालिसिस इज ऑफ 1500 पॉइंट्स प्लस. बीटीसी में 200-300 पॉइंट नहीं, 1500 पॉइंट के ऊपर हमारा ट्रेड ऑफ एग्जीक्यूशन होता है यहाँ पे. ओके. This capital.com is very messier. बहुत ज्यादा विक क्रिएट कर रहा है। मजा आता है सर आपके स्ट्रिंग पर। क्यों? मजा आता है। Sorry. All the new members, whatever doubts you're having at the current stage, please do ask. Keep learning and keep growing. No executions in FOMO nor in running candle, no impatience full trades. Be in the directions of the man by following the proper risk to reward, fearless trading, emotionless trading. जीतने से खुशी मनाना, हारने से दुखी हो जाना is not the quality of the traders. Carry the poker face in the directions of the man. कोई भी doubt है, please do ask. नहीं बीटीसी में भी एमटीएसएल फॉलो होगा. Samarth, you understood? Without following MTSLs, if you exit the trades in fear, what will market tend to do? Market will tend to hunt you down. Right? Keeping in mind your closure was of 70 pips, no doubt, but 70 pips is very small. Any capturance should be more than 100 pips in a game. Okay. Yesterday evening session BTC sell setup, I get it. Buy setup समझ नहीं आया. Just back testing. कल का buy setup was clearly on to the directions. मार्केट ने यहाँ पे रिकंसिडरेशन क्रिएट किया था. करेक्ट. ये हमारा मैथमेटिकल नंबर का रिजेक्शन पॉइंट था. क्लोजर, सेकेंड कैंडल, एग्जीक्यूशन हमने देखे थे. राइट. दिस वाज वन स्मॉल रिस्क ट्रेड दैट वी हैड एग्जीक्यूटेड इन दिस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शंस. सिनेरियो क्यू 1 आवर में आओ. 1 आवर में अगर नोटिस करोगे, the entire rejection perspective was built in a go. Hence, okay. You're still in the trade? Yes. Sorry, guys, my bad. But it wasn't S2B1 setup, right? No, it wasn't S2B1 setup. Bye, sir. I'll be leaving for class. If I get another break, we will come to the stream. No worries. Happy educating. जाओ जाओ मजे करो. College life जियो. No, that is a totally different setup. जब भी टाइम मिलेगा सिखाऊंगा. That is in actual terms जो moment वहां पे जनरेट हुआ था ना ये 1 hour में. This price action is called. बहुत रेयर दिखता है बट जब भी दिखता है 100% काम करता है. That moment is called money gap. सर MTSL हिट होने वाला है. That's totally fine. होगा तो होगा. रूल्स ब्रेक नहीं होगा यहाँ पे. Am I clear? गोल्ड में ऊपर कहाँ तक आएगा? 3120 तक आएगी. कितना रिस्क करना चाहते हैं यार जिंदगी में. ले क्या सर रिस्क. लंदन सेशन स्टार्ट हो चुकी है. 4 पॉइंट्स रिस्क टू रिवॉर्ड फॉलो करना होगा. क्या रेंज ऑफ एक्शन में है? चेक करो. फर्स्ट रेंज ऑफ एक्शन में नहीं है तो एग्जीक्यूट क्यों करोगे? वो भी 40 पिप्स के लिए 70 पिप्स का एसएल क्यों रखोगे? बताओ. सेम कैंडल के नीचे रखूंगा। अब मैं क्या बोलूं आप लोगों को, सेम कैंडल के नीचे रखूंगा। So in a rejection candle of S2 setup, color of candle doesn't matter, right? Yes, color of candle doesn't matter. Still your trade is running? Yes, ma'am. My trade is still running. यार जल्दी हिट हो जाए यार, ऐसे रुलाना नहीं चाहिए मार्केट, जैसे यहाँ पे रुला रहा है ना बीटीसी। जल्दी हिट हो जाना चाहिए, तब मजा आएगा। Where will be the next add-on quantity in Nifty? Selling pressure build होने दो मैम। Currently movement is in the POI range. Okay. One selling pressure, two selling pressure, a proper movement of action generate होने दो। Allocation perspective still acts as the same. Current state of actions. This is my entire movement, which will be taken under the consideration for the next. Okay. So till the time there is no proper pressure building, we will not look for the add-on quantity towards sell side. Okay. नीलेश, आपका डाउट क्लियर हो गया क्या? आपने कोई विक का बताया था ना? सॉरी, 1 hour 1930 सप्लाई। सॉरी सॉरी, आपका क्वेश्चन ही भूल गया था मैं। किसमें था वो? बीटीसी में था, राइट? 1930 इंडियन टाइमिंग। कौन सा वाला था नीलेश वो? एक बार फिर से पूछ लेना, आई विल री एक्सप्लेन इट। आपने कहा था 100-200 पॉइंट्स की फर्क नहीं पड़ती है। हाँ, मेरे को यहाँ पे फर्क नहीं पड़ रही है एट फर्स्ट प्लेस। Just curious, on 200% completion, do we wait for the new structure to build in market or follow previous structure? Depends. What is the market's current scenario? Let's take today's BTC gold action plan, right? So each and every preservation, the market was in selling side, right? So every point of action, there was a selling pressure itself, right? So what we'll be doing in this scenario, we will be taking each and every previous allocation points, right? So post this, there was a break definitely, but here the first time we got a buying pressure, right? With the buying pressure allocation, let's look into 1 hour structure. What is 1 hour trying to indicate us, right? So on the closure, we have still 6 minutes, but with a full buying pressure, do we have a volume circumstances, right? With the volume circumstances, do we have a breakthrough in today's candle movement? No. We had only one reversal point of action, which was in this green candle, correct? So this green candle created a reversal point of indications for the short trade, okay? Hence, the trade of execution was towards the short, okay? With this movement plan of actions, always remember if this wick as created, if in 6 minutes it crosses the day high of the volume, which is this candle, definitely market will reverse from the same point of action, right? Sorry, asking too many questions. Aaj trade nahi liya, that's why back testing. That's totally fine, Imran. Till the time it's related to the markets, I don't have any issues giving you explanation in regards to the same. वो 1000 बार ही क्यों ना हो, explanation मिलेगा. Okay. Beautiful guys, 3120 हिट हो चुकी है. रेड लेने नहीं बोला था, नंबर जो बोला था वो हिट हुआ है, वो बोल रहा था मैं. Okay. This chart is too messy, man. I'm not talking about my drawings, I'm talking about the candles. Too messy. ये मिली सेकेंड के हिसाब से काम नहीं कर रहा है. ओनेडा was doing good. उन लोगों को पता चल गया तो ओनेडा से पैसे बन रहे. जस्ट पुलिंग द लेग, किडिंग गाइस, सीरियस मत होना. सर्वर्स डाउन हो गए होंगे शायद, शायद से. So in this scenario, you didn't execute in this scenario you didn't exit the trade of the short. Am I right? Yes, because I don't have closing. When there is no closing, I will not exit. Without closure, nothing. And अगर 2 मिनट में वॉल्यूम चेंज नहीं होती है यहाँ पे इन द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ 1 आवर, सॉरी आप लोगों को दिखा ही नहीं ना ये, राइट? ये वाला जो आज का दिन में रिवर्सल जनरेट हुआ था, ये पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट से जनरेट हुई थी, करेक्ट? सेम सिनेरियो, अगर ये वाला जो कैंडल है, जो करंट कैंडल, अगर करंट कैंडल मेरा ये वाला हाई को ब्रेक नहीं करता है, तो आई विल नॉट बी इंटरेस्टेड टुवर्ड्स द लॉन्ग, बिकॉज ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, if the major role of action needs to be played, कहाँ से प्ले होगा? जहां से एक्शन सर्कमस्टांसेस रीबिल्ड होते हुए दिखना है। जैसे कि हर एक रिटेलर क्या फॉलो करता है? ओके, मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है, मार्केट ऊपर जाते 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 एक हाई वॉल्यूम स्पाइक आता है। उस हाई वॉल्यूम स्पाइक के साथ क्या सोचेंगे? ओके, मार्केट कंटिन्यू करता है। दिस इज रिटेलर्स प्रिस्क्रिप्शंस। मार्केट हमेशा एक चीज याद रखना, इसी पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन से मार्केट रिवर्स होती है। ओके, एंड अगर समझ लो मार्केट में हाई वॉल्यूम जनरेट हो रहा है, हाई वॉल्यूम जनरेशन के साथ नीचे से या विक क्रिएट हो रही है इन द शॉर्ट ट्रेड विद द हाई वॉल्यूम ऑफ दैट डे, मार्केट सब लोगों को शॉर्ट के तरफ बिठा के यहाँ पे रिवर्स हो जाएगा। बट इन दिस सिनेरियो दैट इज नॉट द केस। उसके लिए हमको अभी भी 1 मिनट है, अगर क्लोजर इन इक्वालिटी दिखती है तभी ही, उससे पहले नहीं। ओके, एग्जाम्पल चाहिए 2-3? आई विल गिव यू 2-3 एग्जाम्पल्स एज वेल। Right? In this scenario, the highest volume is in this red candle. What did market tend to do? हर एक लोगों को शॉर्ट में बिठा के मार्केट रिवर्स हो गई, करेक्ट? With the plan of action, what is the perpetual of the entire point range? 490 pips. With this, let's look into one of the other scenarios. अगर आप लोगों को डेट देना चाहते हो, आप डेट दे सकते हो, राइट? सिमिलर मूवमेंट हाई बिल्ड थी, उसके साथ वॉल्यूम कंट्रैक्शन जनरेट हुआ। व्हाट डिड मार्केट टेंड टू डू? मार्केट टेंड टू रिवर्स। आप लोग रैंडमली डेट दो, so that I can show you in that date, right? Same plan of action, मार्केट में यहाँ पे शॉर्ट क्रिएट हुआ था बड़ा बड़ा कैंडल्स के साथ। अगर वॉल्यूम इंडिकेशन चेक कर रहे हो, व्हाट डिड द मार्केट टेंड टू डू? सब लोगों को शॉर्ट में बिठाया, रिवर्स। सिर्फ एक नहीं, 1000 एग्जाम्पल दिखा सकता हूँ, राइट? 26 का हाईएस्ट वॉल्यूम कहाँ पे है? 26 का हाईएस्ट वॉल्यूम वाज इन दिस रेड कैंडल। व्हाट वाज दिस रेड कैंडल इंडिकेटिंग एट द करंट स्टेट? द बेरिश मूवमेंट, करेक्ट? व्हाट डिड मार्केट टेंड टू डू? मार्केट सब लोगों को नीचे बिठा के कंटिन्यू टुवर्ड्स द लॉन्ग रैली। ये सब आप लोगों को कोई नहीं सिखाएगा, क्योंकि किसी को पता ही नहीं है। All the new members, welcome to the stream. जो भी डाउट्स है, प्लीज डू आस्क। You guys give me a random date if you want. I can show it to you in that. Thank you for the new video. Helped a lot in building the own mindset. भाई आज कौन सा वीडियो हो गया? वीडियो संडे को आता है, कुछ भी मत बोल। संडे को आता है यार, आज कैसे आ गया? मजाक मत कर। Sir, how reversal till 3120 in gold was assisted, right? To the perpendicular of the previous. How? So in this entire movement log allocation, what is the major retracement point we are having? The major retracement point was taken under the consideration of this. So this will act as my point of allocation 1, multiply it, 200% rejection. Scenario 1 in the action, scenario 2 in the action was taken under the consideration of this. Point of action 1, 200% rejection. Right? Hence 3120 was taken under the consideration of the movement. Okay? कोई कंफर्म कर सकता है क्या ये सच बोल रहा है कि मजाक कर रहा है? Yes, Nitesh, there is a video. Okay, Sumit, hope you got the point. Beautiful, guys. BTC finally break. 200% will be the next. MTSL सबका होगा 84,500 पे. सिस्टम ट्रेलिंग सबका होगा 84,650 पे. Okay? 13th March, 11 a.m. New York. Twelfth, 13th. 11 a.m. 11 a.m. What should I help you out in this? if you want to understand the volume structure, in the circumstances, the volume structure of the 13th was on the higher end at this point, right? So in this scenario, this will be taken under the consideration, right? If you want to take 11 a.m. candle, so this is the yes video uploaded, guys. Okay. So with this plan of actions, what are the major things that I'll be looking over here? In the major circumstances, I will look for an iceberg order. Selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure. Yes, one order was placed at this point of action. Immediately, the next moment, there was a selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure. Correct? So in this scenario, I will not execute at this point of action. I will execute the point of action where I will have a mother candle. At this scenario, this will be the execution point. Where will be the execution? In this candle. SL here. Do we have a proper range out over here? Yes, we do. Right? If we notice the same dropout zone in 15 minutes, the volume indication, हाँ जैसे explain कर रहा हूँ इसके साथ मैं और एक बार explain कर दूंगा. In 15 minutes, if we notice, what did market tend to do? Yes, I got your point. So gold बोले मैं BTC explain कर रहा हूँ. Right? In this structure allocation plan, what are the major things that we will be identifying here? The major allocation points of identification will be in the structure base. Right? How the structure base works? We had a confirmation of high volume reversal. Market tend to break, continue. 1, 2, 3. In this point of action, as per 1 hour execution was here, as per 15 minutes execution was here. Correct? So with this execution point of actions, what is the SL that I will be following through? The SL I will be following through is a point range of London sessions, which will be of 400 points. In this scenario, I have 268 perpetuals in the scenario, right? With this point of actions, let's come down to gold. Beautiful guys, MTSL सब लोगों का 84 400 पे होना चाहिए. The next scenario will be taken under the consideration to the previous retracement point of action will be acting at the current scenario with this. With this plan of action, what will be the next major allocation will be taken under the consideration? Will be a follow through movement of point of action 1 on the break and continue 150% rejection. Okay. Only on break and continue. So let's come down to gold. So Sumit, hope you understood why does the market tend to take the rejection exactly from the same point of action again. So here 1 hour, in 1 hour, March 13. Go. Right? In the March 13th, what are the major circumstances that market tend to showcase? High volume execution points. 11 o'clock. Right? This is the point of interest of high volume zone. Right, with the high volume zone, did we start looking for a pressure allocation? Yes, definitely. With the pressure allocation, there was a movement into the circulating supply. Yes, we had a circulating supply. Trapped all the retailers? Yes, trapped all the retailers. Post the circulating supply, did the market tend to hunt them out? Yes, there was a hunt. Post hunt, what is the major allocations that you will be looking at? Reallocation of circulating supply. Do we have a reallocation of circulating supply? Yes. Right at this point of action, what is the next higher volume that you got on 14th? Point of action 1, point of action 2. What was the indication showcased at this point of action post the circulating supply? Movement यहाँ पे rebuild होके continuity में breakthrough दिखाई थी. right? In that continuity breakthrough, what does market tend to do? Market tend to continue the structure. Okay, Imran. So next plan of action in gold. Clear cut, I just explained to Sumit now. Karthik, same plan. We don't change plans. एक बार डिसाइड कर लिया तो वही प्लान रहता है. In BTC, the recent downwards movement allocation calculated at 10:30 candle, not from 9:45, because the last bullish candle is 10:15. Sorry, outside India. In BTC, the recent downward movement allocation calculated from 10:30 candle. No, the calculation was as per 9:45 candle, no, the high. This is the point of action one. ये थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे होता रहता है, so एक सेकंड रुको, सही कर देता हूँ. Okay, cool. ये कहाँ पे था? यहाँ पे से multiply portion था. 9:45 ही है. Okay. That is minimality. This candle got acted as minimality in the zone. Stream will be there for next 10 minutes. जो भी doubt है, please do ask. All the new members, welcome to the stream. Whatever the doubts you are having in regards to the market, please do ask. Okay, post that. All the new members, these are the things that you guys have to follow at the scenarios of sustaining in the market for a very long period of time. Without this, don't get into the markets. Am I clear? For Indian markets also same reason, POI zone से बाहर निकलने दो, उसके बाद ही next plan of action will be taken under the considerations. Not prior to that. Swing trading का MTSL follow करके बने रहना. अगर उस line of conduct के ऊपर break करता है, तब जाके short का trade exit होगा हमारा. उससे पहले नहीं. Okay. अभी तक at the current scenario, what do we notice? Every candle movement structure is giving a selling pressure. जब तक buying pressure में convert नहीं होती है, there is no chance of looking for reversal. उसके साथ 1 hour में त्रिशूल चाहिए हमें. Okay, which is called as external liquidity point. Without that, no circumstances of allocation in the trade towards the long. Any doubts you guys are having, please do ask. Stream will be there for next 8 minutes. बैक टेस्टिंग जितने भी लोग कर रहे हैं, डेफिनेटली डाउट्स आएंगे, नोट्स में लिख के रख लो, so that you will be having a clarity when to execute the trades. Because when you are doing 1.5 years of back testing and 1 year of forward relay bar testing, आप लोगों को बहुत सारे मूवमेंट एक्शन प्लान्स समझ में आएंगे. उसे बुक में जब नोट करोगे, when you write it down by the pen, not updating into the Excel or anything, what are the next things that you will be looking for? Write it down. Use the pen. When you write, it gets stored in the mind. Okay. So with that, whenever the live market comes into the game, you will be able to understand the majority of the scenarios what you will be seeing in the current markets. Okay. So something came up, so I wasn't there for past 2 hours. You might have explained, but please explain one more time. Nifty is showing selling pressure, but can we expect Nifty to retrace till the previous supply before continuing the down move? Market is currently creating a POI range, correct? So if you want, you can allocate this as a zone of conduct. With the zone of conduct, only the first movement was from support to resistance. Post that, the range of action is converted into the same point. And this point of action, what is market trying to do? Market is trying to build the selling positions, right? Which in sense, the market is creating a iceberg order, right? So iceberg orders के साथ, what is the major thing that you have to look? You have to look for a certainty. Certainty मतलब एक ब्रेक थ्रू रिट्रेसमेंट के साथ यहाँ पे फिर से रिटेलर्स को शॉर्ट के तरफ बिठाने दो, फिर से हल्का सा ऊपर जाके देन कंटिन्यूटी, नॉट प्रायर टू दैट. ओके. Add on quantities will be looked in the same circumstances as to the current ratio point. अगर मार्केट ऊपर जाना है, फर्स्ट यहाँ पे आपको इंडिकेशन दिखेगा बाइंग साइड का विक क्रिएशन. ओके. Till the time there is no wick creations towards buying side in the zone of actions of POI, no executions will be looked towards the long. ऊपर के लिए नहीं देखोगे, शॉर्ट में ही रहोगे. जब जाके आपको विक प्रेशर नीचे से ऊपर के लिए बिल्ड होते हुए दिखेगी, तभी ही आपका नेक्स्ट प्लान ऑफ एक्शन दिखने को मिलेगा, उससे पहले नहीं. ठीक है. दिस इज फॉर निफ्टी. बैंक निफ्टी ऑल्सो सेम. वेंकट, आपने क्या पूछा था? आपने पूछा था व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट प्लान, एंट्री और एग्जिट प्लान, करेक्ट? तो यहाँ से ही हमने फिर से एड ऑन देखा है टुवर्ड्स द शॉर्ट, बिकॉज दिस वाज आवर प्रीवियस सप्लाई रेंज ऑफ 200%. तो उसके साथ current rates are running of 1000 rupees at currently 23,850. Okay. वेंकट, वेंकट ने तो मैसेज रिमूव कर दिया था, बट वो जो मैसेज किया था वो मेरा आंख में आ गया था. सो यस. अगर लॉन्ग के तरफ जितने भी लोग हैं लॉन्ग के तरफ देखना है, लेट द मार्केट क्रिएट ए बाइंग प्रेशर बिल्ड करने दो, उसके साथ S2B1 सेटअप्स क्रिएट करने दो, उसके साथ ही नेक्स्ट प्लान ऑफ एक्शन को एग्जीक्यूट करना। या S2B2 सेटअप इंड्यूसमेंट सेटअप क्रिएट होता है तो शांत बैठ जाओ, S1 सेटअप क्रिएट होता है तो शांत बैठ जाओ शाम के स्ट्रीम तक। अगर S2B1 S2B2 क्रिएट होता है, एग्जीक्यूट द ट्रेड्स। अगर S1B1 सेटअप बनता है, कंफ्यूज हो रहा है, शांत बैठ जाओ, शाम पे एग्जीक्यूट कर लेंगे। ठीक है, लास्ट 3 minutes टू गो, जो भी डाउट्स है प्लीज डू आस्क। सेम सिनेरियो गो फॉर, sorry, same scenarios go for BTC as well. So you're saying us not to trade. अगर सेटअप बनता है तो ट्रेड करो, आई डोंट हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम्स। अगर समझ में नहीं आया तो अकाउंट ब्लो मत करना, वो बोल रहा हूँ। ओके guys, nowadays you guys are not having any kind of lags in the system, correct? Santosh Aditya, welcome to the stream. Sir, I want to learn this mathematical concept, will you teach me? Daily तो वही कर रहा हूँ जनाब, morning 3 hours, evening 3 hours, we are doing the same. We are not executing the trades, I'm not showcasing how to trade, I'm just teaching. You're free and welcome to the channel to learn. Okay, Santosh? And don't worry, this is the steps you have to follow. If you are ready to follow these steps, please you can be in our channel. You can't ask for the trades, you can't ask for executions. Only learning and back testing and forward testing, uske baad live testing, then execution. Definitely levels I will mark, you can copy it and you can execute. For that, you guys have to watch Home tab, MC range section, supply and demand section. For execution, you have to look for liquidity and volume section to understand the inducements. Okay. Beautiful guys, add-on quantity is running with 50 pips at the current scenario. Keep it up everyone. Thank you so much sir, no needed. You're welcome, keep learning and keep growing. Yes, sir. Sometimes there is a bit of a lag, but not like previous where I used to freeze completely. It's a lot better now. Thank you so much. Sir, evening का notification नहीं मिलता, ऐसा क्यों? मेरे को भी नहीं पता यार. Right? So टाइमिंग्स बता देता हूँ अगर आप लोगों को चाहिए तो. सुबह में 9 o'clock से लेके 9:15 के बीच में शुरू होती है स्ट्रीम. इवनिंग में अगर सेशंस जल्दी खत्म होता है तो 5 बजे को शुरू होता है, सेशंस लेट होता है तो 5:30 को शुरू होती है. Okay, these are the time zones of morning, these are the time zones of evening. Is there any playlist for beginners to learn the concept from beginning? वही तो बताया संतोष, that's what I just said. We have sections, You just go to home tab. There are four home tabs. In that four home tab sections, you don't have to watch live, you don't watch crypto. You just watch mathematical concept section, supply and demand section, and liquidity and volume section. Okay. Always remember, execute the trades in the directions of the market. Fearless trading is very much important in the market, but following the proper risk to reward ratio. Emotionless trading. जीतने से खुशी मनाना, हारने से दुखी हो जाना is not the quality of the traders. Be in the directions of the math. No FOMO trades, no running candle executions, no impatience-full executions in the markets. Follow the rules, be in the directions of the math, follow the patience rule, and sit calmly till the targets are hit. Make sure that there is no execution perspectives looked into the scenarios of the markets in the opposite direction till the time market doesn't give you an indication of reversal. Till then, Nitesh, take care. Bye bye. Nitesh signing off.